She peed on the train and it stinks.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I apologize that the video is a little bit shaky today. As you can see, I'm not in my normal place. Today I'm in Rome and I'm currently back here at the Colosseum. This morning I was actually working on some stuff for a client and I wanted to walk you guys through how a user journey works, because if you are trying to sell anything online and get people interested in working with you, a user journey is something that you absolutely must plan. It's a strategic plan that you make whenever you are selling something. That way, when somebody interacts with your content or somebody interacts with what you're doing, you can kind of like move them from, I don't know anything about you, to, hey, I really want to work with you. This works really well with the advertising ecosystem that I talked about in my first video. You can watch that here. So if you haven't done it, go ahead and check that out. After that, if you want to learn how to make a mini offer that you can actually sell, that will bring you money. You know, you make it one time, you can sell it again and again. Go ahead and check out this video. I'm going to go ahead, because as you guys can see, I'm kind of standing on some rocks. I'm going to jump down off these rocks. And then I will see you guys in the next portion of the video where I'm going to start walking through these different things. And as I'm going through, I'm going to be taking some videos, I'm going to be taking some images, and I'm going to show you how things like advertisements are very similar to online adverts that you might see to get people interested in working with your products, working with you as a person. So I've been walking around the Colosseum looking for the entrance and I just can't find it. I'm starting to feel a little bit frustrated. It brings me to the next point in my video. Whenever you're creating a customer journey, how can you get somebody interested in buying your products or working with you as a person? Well, the easiest way to do it is really just to find an emotion that they're feeling, change it from a negative to a positive one. Whenever somebody makes a purchase, whether it be a physical item or for a service, they're always paying for an outcome. So for example, me here walking around the Colosseum, I'm feeling a bit frustrated because I can't figure out how to get into the Colosseum. So it would be a great option for me to have looked up maybe some tour guides or some tours that go into the Colosseum, because they're going to solve a specific problem for me. I cannot find where to buy tickets. I cannot find how to get into the Colosseum. And I think they're going to close pretty soon. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the behind right now. This is really the entire goal of a service and a customer journey. And the thing is, whenever you are planning out your customer journey, you really need to think how a customer or a potential customer is feeling in each step of your journey. So you have to map it out each time. This is the first entry point in someone's business. For me, this is a contact form to download a form that I have created. It's a free resource. It's something that can solve a problem for someone. Simple, actionable, and easy. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be extravagant. All you have to do is make one little promise, give somebody a resource for it, and grab their email in exchange for it. When you do that, you pull them into your ecosystem. Later, you can market to them continuously and you can kind of move them through. And if you're unsure how to do that, go ahead and watch my previous video where I go through and tell you how you can find solutions for problems people are having with other businesses. That's the best way for you to find a problem, to be able to pinpoint it and fix it. So let's go see if I can try to get in here, because as I said, my frustration was bothering me, and that's really what brought me to talking about emotions in a customer journey. They are very, very important. So had to put on my hat because it's getting a little bit cold here and the sun is starting to go down. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I wanted to take a moment to talk about what I mean when I talk about a customer journey. I'm not talking about a physical journey, and this is something I see many new business owners get confused with. It is how you interact with your customer at each step as they become more aware of your business and as they work with you a bit more. If you fail to create a customer journey strategically that will guide people into being interested in working with you, this could be your business. I want you to look here. This is absolutely beautiful, but your business is going to be in ruins. You have to come up with a method of, when people interact with you, how do you pull them into your world? How do you then nurture them over time? You can actually do this with a nurture sequence. A nurture sequence is when someone takes an action, such as downloading something from you. What do you do? How do you interact with that person? And this is best done by using an email sequence. So when somebody downloads something from you, you can then go through and you can say, hey, thank you so much for signing up for my email. It's great to have you here. I hope that this is very helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and just be there to support them. And as you are sending them through this sequence, you can predefine what you want them to do by outlining it in an email or outlining it in a video. So this is what I'm talking about when I mean a customer journey. How are you moving somebody from knowing who you are to taking an action. So you can do it through paid advertising. If you're going to do it through paid advertising, you're going to do this with a sequence of adverts that you're going to present to somebody. And you're going to do this through advanced retargeting. So you might set up a video where you say, hey, here's what my business does. If you're interested in it, go ahead and click now. Maybe you notice somebody watches maybe 50% of that video, right? They're probably pretty interested in what you have to say. So at that point, you need to just go through and retarget them. I want people like this who watched over 50% of my video see these other adverts, but you have to set it up strategically. You have to know before you even begin, what is my goal? What am I going to do to get people to take that action? I almost missed my train this morning, so I had to run from the hotel. I'm here now. So let's go ahead and keep talking about what you should include in a customer journey map. There are a few key items if you are trying to keep your business out of ruins. A couple of things that you should include are awareness materials, attraction items, a nurture sequence, a top of funnel content, maybe a freebie or two, middle of funnel content, and bottom of the funnel content, a landing page, after sale support. Depending on where somebody is with your business, the content that you're going to need is going to be a little bit different. If you're worried about everything mentioned, don't be, because I'm going to explain it now. First thing that I always start with in a customer journey map is called awareness materials. And this is going to be something that's going to get people interested in your company, knowing about you and who you are. It's important to remember that no two businesses are the same. What works for me is not going to work for you. What works for you is not going to work for somebody else. It's all going to depend on your specific audience. A lot of people make the mistake of creating YouTube videos or creating content for LinkedIn or TikTok or Instagram, but they don't really have a clear strategy. The important thing is, if you are setting up a customer journey map, before you start creating something, you need to have that strategy already in place. Everything that I'm talking about right now all comes from a strategy. There's this cool term called reciprocity. This morning when I was trying to catch my train, we're running around and we're trying to get our tickets. So this man comes up and he takes us to the ticket booth and he gets us our tickets. And I'm thinking, hey, what's this guy going to do? Because we're in Europe. But essentially what he did was bought our tickets for us, as you can see here, and you have to get it stamped, notch thing here, and then you have to come onto the train. And this is something that if you don't know, you're not going to be able to do. What he did is he did it all for us, and then he came up and he was like, hey, I need something to eat. He wanted money. Oh, this is for all four of us. Take a check. This is reciprocity. This person did not know us, but once he helped us, we felt inclined to give him at least a bit of a tip because he did something for me. Now I feel like I need to do something for him. This is reciprocity in its most basic form. If you help somebody, they're going to feel more inclined to want to give you something back in return. Okay, so that's a really big, important, and special part about awareness materials. You have to make sure it provides value and give somebody something, and that's based on reciprocity. A great example of this is Adobe. They've done an absolutely excellent job of getting people interested in their product because they make videos on YouTube. You go through and you look at all of these YouTube videos, they showcase you how to solve a problem. If you're a designer and you want to create something, they can gain your interest because they say, hey, you want to make brushes, want to, put captions, they have a video for it, and they got 1.3 million followers. Some of their channels are informative, some of them are not, because not all of their videos serve the same purpose. Not all of their videos have the same objective. Some of them are in the awareness stage, some of them are for people who already know about the products, but maybe are not working with them. So anyone who needs to create something with graphic designs can see Adobe's videos, understand how to solve their problem with that software, and then they feel naturally inclined to start a free trial. At that point, Adobe's going to give a lot of value up front, position their product as a solution to the problem, and the other videos on the website, as mentioned, serve a different objective. The aim is not to educate or inform. So before we go on, let's quickly recap. Up until now in this video, I've talked about awareness items, their effectiveness with a real-world example, which we see here as Adobe, and how attraction items will pull people into your world so you can guide them later. Now, this isn't an old sales funnel like people usually talk about. I want to be very clear about this. A sales funnel and a customer journey map are slightly different. Instead, I'm talking about a blueprint that tracks your customers' every interaction with your business before they become a customer and after
they start working with you. So it kind of moves them through, I'm not sure about who you are, to, hey, I'm a diehard fan. I can't quit talking about you. I want to tell everyone about you and your business. And I see a lot of online business owners say, your first 7-figure offer, your first $10 million offer. Most recently, I saw Amy Porterfield saying, oh my gosh, my business reached $100 million. This is great, but people understand that this takes time, this takes effort, and it takes a lot. So to move people towards your end goal, you really need to focus on the middle of the funnel, because this is where you're going to interact and have many touch points with your customers. Once you get to the middle of the funnel, that's really where the magic starts to take place. Now, as we move towards the end goal, the sale, remember, it's all about making your customer feel confident, reassured, and ready to commit. So most often people want to rely too heavily on a landing page. The truth is, if you run an ad to a landing page and you have not been in contact with your customer multiple times, you're going to find some issues. People are not going to feel very confident. They're not going to want to work with you, and they're not going to buy from you. So you're going to be just spending money. This is why it's so important to set up a customer journey. What do you do if you're having issues along the way? This is where analytics become very, very helpful. You need to track your customer feedback, and you need to follow your analytics to see, I want people to do this, this, and this. Where am I losing them? Why am I losing them? The analytics can be very, very helpful because they ensure a smooth journey for every customer. If you get stuck, there are a couple things you can do. The first is gamification. It's basically you give people a game to complete and you offer them something in exchange for completing it. You need to offer first-class support. A great example of this, again, is Adobe. If you do not understand anything on Adobe, you can reach out to people and they will help you and walk you through that service. How can you use this app or this program? Now, I want to quickly sum everything up and say, designing an effective customer journey map is kind of like crafting a masterpiece. It has top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. All of these can be separated into a hot or a cold audience. Once you do this and you understand the effective approaches that you need for hot audiences, low audiences, beginning, middle, bottom of funnel, making online sales becomes super, super simple. It's all about getting people to know you. Altogether, it's like creating a masterpiece. It requires patience, creativity, a lot of empathy. But if you go through and you take the time to build this out effectively, the payoff can be quite good. If you're ready to create a customer journey map that turns heads and gets people to open their wallet and actually pay you to work with you, go ahead and check the link in my bio. I have a visual of how I set up a customer journey map for my business. That's a wrap for today, guys. I can't wait for you to implement these strategies and see your business transform. Let me know in the comments what you think is the most difficult in all of this. I know it can be quite confusing and overwhelming. I know when I started it was. I really can't wait to hear from you and hear your successes, and I will see you guys in the next video.